Hey guys, welcome to the Casuals MMA. I'm Carlos. This is Alec. Tonight we're going to be recapping UFC Vegas 24's main event featuring number one ranked Robert Whittaker versus number 8 ranked Kelvin Gastelum in the 185-pound division. So let's get into it. So yeah, what a main event. The card was part of it was left a lot to be desired though.
Where's the co-main?
Yeah, the co-main. Oh man, that was besides the main event. That was my most anticipated fight of the night. The unfortunate pullout of Drakkar Close due to an injury that apparently happened in the face-offs.
That was a hell of a push.
Yeah, like I said, with Jeremy Stevens, when he touches you, you don't fucking move. Apparently,
Exactly.
That being said, they did end the night on an extremely high note. Fight was awesome, back and forth. Although Robert, performed dominantly, there wasn't any point in the fight where I didn't think Kelvin still stood a chance, or didn't stand a chance, rather. He took everything Robert threw at him, and he kept coming. It did not matter. He was a straight up warrior, granite chin, never got knocked down, just went at it, man. It was the classic Gastelum that we saw from the Izzy fight. And that's kind of what I was worried about, and part of why my prediction was, a 5-round decision to Robert, because I thought, there'd probably be no knockouts. Kelvin wouldn't, go for it, throw caution to the wind. Well, he still did that. He took that, and he still survived, and it went the distance. All credit to Robert Whittaker. He put out an almost flawless performance, but it was a great fight. Like I said, with Kelvin, compared to his last 2 fights, he's very timid, gun shy. He didn't really go for it in those fights, which is why I believe he lost versus Till. With Hermanson, he just got caught. With Ian Heinisch, although he did get the dub there, it just wasn't convincing enough, especially, being the type of caliber of fighter that Kelvin is. But when he got the opportunity with Robert Whittaker on what I believe was just a few weeks' notice, it just lit a fire in him. He said, hey, there's this opportunity, I'm going to take it. And he brought it. He absolutely brought it. That being said, though, Robert is just showed that he's far and away just above all these other middleweights. It's really Robert and Izzy in a league of their own right now. He delivered just the fight that the game plan that he wrote out. It seems like he delivered, managing distance well, using a lot of good footwork, a lot of great combinations, really avoiding Kelvin's power shots, although he did take a few licks, as you could see from his face at the end of the fight. But he took it well, compared to when he fought Izzy and he got caught with that shot at the end of the first round, and obviously the finishing shot in the second round. He took it on the chin, and Kelvin swings with insane power. You've seen what he's done to other people. So the fact that he was able to take some of those clean shots means I think Robert Whittaker's just in great shape. His preparation for this fight was awesome. He probably put in a ton of work to really show out and say, hey, leave no questions unanswered as far as who should challenge Izzy next for the middleweight belt. Yeah, it was awesome fight to watch. Way better than the competition over in Triller. No offense, but I was really satisfied with that main event. What do you think, Alec?
100% agree with pretty much everything you said. It was a hell of a fight. Gastelum proves again that he has a chin made from the gods. Nothing can knock this guy down. And I saw him take Whittaker's head kicks. He was a wobble for a little bit, but then he kind of just shook it off and kept coming. He kept applying pressure to Robert Whittaker. And it's just like you said, Gastelum, he wasn't that gun shy, which is the Gastelum we love and like seeing against the Izzy fight. He'll keep coming at you with pressure. And Whittaker, a couple times when he did take those licks, he had to use his fight IQ and just take him down, which was a smart thing to do. And towards the end there, around the 2-minute mark or so, he sealed the deal and had the more control time, and he finished on top, which is good for Robert Whittaker. The fight went as we kind of predicted. No knockdown. I predicted a TKO, but like you said, 5 rounds, unanimous decision. Good call. I don't know how you don't bet on sports. You'd be a millionaire by now. And all these good calls. But Robert Whittaker, what I look for him is the timing, the speed, the accuracy. It was all there. Good head movement. Chris went to straight with the high head kick. It's just fun to watch two high level middleweights just doing their thing, and Whittaker knowing when to counter, knowing when to attack, dodge, and Gastelum just constant pressure. I think he knew round 3 or 4 he needed a knockout or something to get back into it because he was down on the scorecards. It was a good fight overall. Like I said, Gastelum wasn't that gun shy. He landed some licks. Look at Whittaker's face at the end of the fight. You can tell damage was done, but good fight for both of them. Just let's a quick couple of stats here. Robert Whittaker had 150 significant strikes landed compared to Gastelum's 52. Total strikes landed 159. Gastelum had 70. Interesting one I found was obviously the takedowns. Robert Whittaker had 4, Gastelum 1, and the control time. Robert Whittaker had 4:19, Gastelum 26 seconds. So basically a whole round of control time for Robert Whittaker. Again, just showing that fight IQ, when to use the wrestling, when to get out the way. It was just amazing work for Robert Whittaker. And what I like to see for his next fight, no joke about it, picking up what you said, he deserves that Izzy fight 115%. No one else should be fighting Izzy except for Robert Whittaker. Now, for Gastelum, it's a little different story. He's fought some high-level competition, big names. Coming up next week, there is Ryan Hall versus Chris Weidman. Gastelum has had a loss from Chris Weidman via submission. Maybe the winner of Ryan Hall, Chris Weidman, Gastelum should look at next. If not, Jared Cannonier. He's been gone for I don't know how long, but hey, maybe he's looking for a fight. Gastelum is a great opponent.
Great fight. Whittaker versus Izzy 2. Dana, book it like ASAP.
Please. Uncle Dana, please.
don't fuck around. Don't give anybody the John Jones treatment.
Come on,
just make this fight happen.
Give the fans what we want.
Good thing is though, I mean, Izzy's game, Whittaker's game. I think we have an approximate timeline. Izzy, he's probably down to fight in the summer, but Whittaker did mention in his post-fight interview that he probably won't be available till after September. So he's aiming for September, October for the fight, I would imagine. Depending on the UFC schedule, I'm probably forecasting this fight to be for sure in the fall, somewhere in the fourth quarter of the year. Maybe November. Could be a great November New York card that we could be seeing with Whittaker and Izzy. Or they could be going back to Australia and selling out a stadium there like they did with the first fight. So as far as Kelvin, he's obviously has to recover from the injuries he received in that fight. He did get beat up pretty bad, but his next opponent, willing to see him fight with anybody, obviously. Kelvin, very entertaining fighter, especially the Kelvin we saw last night. I'm hoping to see possibly, it depends on who's coming back. I don't know how long Till's going to be out. I don't know how long Costa's going to be out. That'd be a crazy fight. But with Kelvin's rankings, it's kind of up in the air right now. Like you mentioned, the Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman matchup, that's possible right there. That's a good possible fight. Kevin Holland, possibly. Kevin Holland's been reeling. He's lost 2 fights recently. Kelvin's been pretty much 1 for 3 in his past 4 fights. So that'd be an insane matchup.
They both like standing up. I doubt they'll wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. And that'd be a great test to see where Kevin Holland really is compared to other strikers, high-level strikers in middleweight division.
Absolutely.
Might be a good fight for Kelvin to get back on the map and get a KO. Who knows? I really don't see anything else that makes sense for Kelvin at this point. Even though I did mention Till, it'd be hard to sell a rematch as the fight really wasn't that eventful. With Derek Brunson, he's number 5, but I do see him probably matching up against Vettori in the future. And then, of course, like you said, Jared Cannonier, man, he's out there. Even though he lost to Robert, it was still kind of a close fight, very competitive. Jared is a scary man. It doesn't seem like a lot of people want to fight that guy willingly. Yeah, I'd be excited for that type of matchup as well. We'll see. We'll see what the UFC has in store for the middleweight division going forward, but it's looking up. It's got some great fights on the table, some already scheduled, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you said. Listen, Kelvin just needs to, he took a hard 5-round fight. He takes a little time off, regroup with his team, see how the 185 class plays out. Like I said, Hall versus Chris Weidman, see who wins out of there, Jared Cannonier or Kevin Holland. Both stand up. None of them are going to wrestle, so it'd be a great banger of a fight. I like that fight. So let's see how it plays out.
All right, guys. So that's our recap for the UFC Vegas 24 main event. Let us know how you feel. What do you think you felt about the result in the main event, and what you think would be the best steps moving forward for the middleweight division. So leave a comment below. If you could, if you like this video, like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter for some upcoming videos and some extra content that we'll be providing there. Speaking of content, we got some great videos in the pipeline. As you know, UFC 261 next week. Very big, huge card. 3 champ fights. Cannot wait to cover that.
I love a card.
Oh yeah. And also we'll release our current MMA news for the week. And on top of that, we have a great upcoming matchup in May featuring Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. So we'll be doing a video on that. So if you want to be notified when those videos are released, click that bell icon after you subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Bye, guys.
Bye.